Frogs are fascinating creatures with a number of unique characteristics and behaviors that make them unlike any other animal. From their long, sticky tongues to their ability to change color, frogs have a number of amazing traits that set them apart. In this video, we'll explore some of the most interesting and fun facts about frogs, including their diet, habitat, and social behaviors. So whether you're a frog enthusiast or just looking to learn something new, we hope you'll join us as we dive into the world of these amazing animals. Though to be fair, they're amphibians, not animals, as they're cold-blooded. Get ready to hop along as we uncover some of the most interesting and fun frog facts. Frogs have been around for centuries, with fossil evidence indicating that the earliest frog species lived around 200 million years ago. Frogs are an ancient and diverse group of amphibians and have adapted to a variety of habitats across the world. They have evolved a wide range of shapes and sizes, from the tiny gold frog of South America to the giant Goliath frog of Cameroon. Frogs are known for their croaking vocalizations, which vary among species and are used for communication and mating rituals. The life cycle of frogs is complex, involving both aquatic and terrestrial stages, and they play an important role in many ecosystems. Frogs are eaten by a variety of predators and are also threatened by habitat destruction and climate change. Frogs across the globe should be thankful for the event that annihilated dinosaurs 66 million years ago. This is according to research from researchers in the United States and China, which implies that whatever caused the mass extinction created an opportunity for frogs to flourish. Although frogs have existed for more than 200 million years, new research indicates that 3 present-day frog lineages that account for 88% of all frog species flourished shortly after the extinction event that marked the termination of all non-avian dinosaurs. Frogs inhabit a wide range of habitats, from tropical rainforests to deserts. They can be found in ponds, lakes, streams, rivers, marshes, and even temporary pools of water. Frogs prefer areas with still or slow-moving water, as well as plenty of vegetation and places to hide. In some regions, they may also be found in areas away from water, such as meadows, fields, and even urban environments. Many species of frogs are adapted to living in specific habitats, such as trees on the ground or even underground. Frogs have many predators depending on their size, habitat, and species. Common predators of frogs include birds, snakes, fish, large insects, mammals, and other amphibians. Some of the most common bird predators of frogs include herons, hawks, owls, and crows. Snakes commonly found to feed on frogs include water snakes, garter snakes, and king snakes. Fish that feed on frogs include bass, sunfish, and gar. Large insects such as dragonflies, grasshoppers, and beetles also hunt frogs. Some of the mammals that feed on frogs include raccoons, skunks, and opossums. And finally, some of the amphibians that feed on frogs include larger frogs, big toads, and even salamanders. Frogs belong to the amphibian order Anura, which includes more than 6,000 species of frogs, toads, and other aquatic or semi-aquatic creatures. Frogs can be found on every continent except Antarctica and live in a wide variety of habitats, including ponds, lakes, rivers, streams, marshes, and even in trees. Frogs can be found in a variety of colors, including brown, green, yellow, blue, and orange. Frogs have moist, permeable skin that helps them absorb water and stay cool, as well as absorb oxygen in the water. Many species of frogs also have special adaptations to help them survive in their habitats, such as webbed feet, long tongues, and sticky toe pads. Most frogs range in size from about ½ an inch to 6 inches long. Other species, like the Goliath frog, can be much larger. The Goliath frog is the world's largest frog and can grow to a whopping 12 inches long, or 30 centimeters. Frogs are fairly light animals. Starting with the smallest frog, the Cuban tree frog, it can weigh as little as 0.05 ounces or 1.4 grams. The largest frog, on the other hand, is the African Goliath frog. It can reach weights of up to 3.3 kilograms or 7.2 pounds. In general, the larger the frog, the more it's gonna weigh. Frogs can move very quickly depending on the size and species of frog. Smaller frogs, such as tree frogs, can move at speeds of up to 4 meters per second or 14 kilometers an hour. Larger frogs, such as bullfrogs, can reach speeds of up to 1.5 meters per second or 5.4 kilometers an hour. In short sprints, some frogs can even reach speeds of up to 4.8 meters per second or 17.3 kilometers an hour. Frogs have a wide range of lifespans depending on the species. On average, frogs can live anywhere from 2 to 20 years in the wild. Some species of frogs, such as the African clawed frog, can even live up to 30 years in captivity. In the wild, frogs typically die from predators, diseases, starvation, or drought. In captivity, frogs can die from inadequate care, including improper nutrition and housing, as well as parasites and diseases. Frogs are known as generalist predators and will consume a wide range of prey such as spiders, grasshoppers, butterflies, and anything else it can fit into its mouth. Aquatic frogs primarily feed on aquatic invertebrate. The diet of each species of frog may vary, but pet frogs typically eat crickets, mealworms, waxworms, grasshoppers, caterpillars, bloodworms, brine shrimp, and blackworms. For larger frog species such as the Pac-Man frogs or African bullfrogs, frogs can even eat mice in their diet. Frogs are generally solitary animals and have a wide range of social behaviors. The most common behavior is heard in the chorus of male frogs calling out to attract mates. This vocal activity usually increases during the mating season. Frogs also engage in physical contact such as rubbing, pushing, and even wrestling during courtship and mating. Additionally, some frogs will engage in small groups or clusters to bask in the sun or take advantage of limited resources. Frogs will also cooperate to form leks, which are groups of males that gather in an area to advertise their presence to females. Lastly, some frogs will engage in chorusing, where males will gather to create a chorus of calls. This behavior is believed to help attract females from a wider area as it's much louder than a single frog by itself. Frogs are facing a global crisis due to habitat destruction, climate change, pollution, and the spread of disease. Many species are now extinct or threatened with extinction, and the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, has listed over 1,500 frog species as critically endangered, or vulnerable. Conservation efforts are focusing on protecting habitats, controlling disease, and reducing threats from humans such as overharvesting and pollution. Frogs are important to many ecosystems, so humans have to try their best to protect frogs the best we can. Now let's have some fun and talk about 5 amazing facts about frogs. Number 1. Frogs use jumping or leaping as a way to escape predators rather than normal movement. Number 2. The Goliath frog is the largest living species of frog on Earth. The word Goliath means really big, and indeed, the Goliath frog is the largest frog species in the world. As we mentioned earlier, it can weigh up to 7.2 pounds or 3.3 kilograms. This is almost as big as some house cats. However, as a tadpole, it is the same size as many other frog species, and looks similar as an adult. Number 3. Each type of frog has a distinctive vocalization. Frogs are well known for their distinctive and varied vocalizations, which are used for communications between individuals. Some frogs produce a range of calls, including advertisement calls, release calls, aggressive calls, courtship calls, and alarm calls, while others may only produce 1 or 2 types of calls. Advertisement calls are typically used by males to attract females and to mark their territory. Release calls are used by males to signal when they are no longer interested in mating. Aggressive calls are used to signal aggression towards other males, while courtship calls are used to attract a mate. Finally, alarm calls are used to warn other frogs of potential danger. Number 4. Many frogs can change colors. Some frogs have the ability to change their color in response to light, temperature, humidity, or even their own mood. This ability is due to special pigment cells called chromatophores, which contain grains of pigment that can shift their distribution to change the color of the frog's skin. For example, the African clawed frog will darken when it's disturbed, while the African arum frog changes from ivory white to brown to match the color of the swamp it lives in. Other frogs turn white in the heat of the day to reflect heat and stay cool. This chameleon-like ability allows frogs to blend in with their surroundings and protect themselves from predators. Number 5. Frogs have excellent night vision. Frogs have a layer of tissue located behind the retina that reflects light and helps the frogs see better in low-light conditions. This layer is what gives the eyes of frogs their distinctive appearance and shine. Frogs also have a wide field of vision and are sensitive to movement. This allows them to spot potential prey even in complete darkness. This is also a great way to avoid predators at night. Frogs are fascinating creatures that are important to the environment and are interesting to observe. They come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors and can be found anywhere from your backyard to the rainforest. Their ability to adapt to their environment has allowed them to survive for millions of years, and they bring a unique and important role to the planet. What questions do you have about frogs? What's your favorite thing about frogs? Please post in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching my videos. If you like what you see, make sure to boop that like button, comment, and subscribe. Maybe you'll like one of the 2 videos on your screen right now. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode. See you later.